Welcome back to Kerbal Space Program, where last time we actually rescued a few Kerbals. As you can see, 6 new Kerbals, mostly engineers, by the way. Yeah, very happy about that. What do we do with 4 engineers? But we also got some scientists. And today, we definitely want to get them to work on something. And that is why we will be sending a space station style thing to the Moon and potentially also Minmus to do some orbital research. Maybe we can even get them out of Kerbin's sphere of influence. And that will hopefully be enough science to actually complete tech tree. I'm not quite sure yet that is actually gonna be a thing, but I have hopes. I really hope it's gonna be enough, but we will see. And yeah, let's get into building it. So we will go into the VAB. Now, there's a few, let's call them problems. We do not yet have docking ports. For some reason, I did not research those. So we will have to haul everything at once. And my goal would have been to actually have 2 mobile processing labs. If it lets me, it does not. My goal would have been to put 2 science labs up there. Is it possible? I guess so. Is it easy? Not at all. This is gonna be a big pain. So how do we do this thing? How do we get this to work? Well, we need a lot of fuel to haul it around. We need a lot of other things. So let's actually, do we have a nice big service bay, this one? Oh yeah, this is perfect. Okay, so let's open this for a second. Because we do have some quite hefty requirements, okay? We need a huge amount of batteries to keep them running. They take like 5 EC per second, which means let's look into our electrical thing. What are our biggest electric charge? 0.6 per second. Do we have anything bigger than that? Oh yeah, these ones, they are just not retractable. That is technically fine. But that would mean if we have, let me take out my notes. What are they called? Aux 10? That is a, so we need, so this is this 8 EC per second? And we need 10 per second to run them. So we probably want to have between 6 and 8 of those, because we also want to charge our batteries when on the sunny side of the planet. So yeah, we'll need a lot of those. We could also put in fuel cells, but they eat through even more liquid fuel and oxidizer, and we are not far out. So yeah, we will go with the photovoltaic panels. How big is this battery bank? I have no idea how much it actually needs. We also definitely want to have a probe body in here. And then we also want to have some more. We definitely need some more. Question is, can I still put those in here? Maybe if I put in this? Nope. If I put in this, yes, I can get some more batteries in there. And we need to bring all of this up in the sky. And we only do have we only do have the fairing. Where is it? I lost it. Yeah, we only have the fairing, which is almost big enough to actually get this up in the sky. But let me actually, I'm gonna do a time lapse of this building process, and maybe I'm gonna explain to it, or I will actually tell you after it what I've done. Okay, I think we got something to work with here. This ship is definitely able to do what we want it to do. Let's do it like this. So we do have space for a lot of crew. Actually, we'll be putting 4 scientists. Those are the ones that are gonna be inside the mobile processing labs. And then we will put a pilot, probably Valentina, and we will put an engineer. I do not know why, but it just feels like a good thing to do. Now, we do need a huge amount of power to run this thing, which is why we do have 20 of those solar panels. Is it overpowered? Probably. I do have RCS, I do have all the experiments I think that I can have on this thing. I do have Science Junior up there, all the other ones here. The magnetometer is here. We do not need the seismic accelerometer because that one needs to be landed, and this thing will not land on any planet. Then, to actually get our Kerbals back, we also got the antennas here on both sides. To actually get the people back, let's see, is this the root part? I hope so. Okay, no, actually not. Okay, can I do... Yes, you can do this. Okay, the Science Junior is actually my root part there, which is kind of weird. What happened now? I need to pay attention to not break things. But yeah, to actually get our Kerbals back, we do have 4 command pods, which do have enough RCS fuel. I actually clipped it in because, yeah, I'm okay with it. I did clip enough RCS fuel in here to be able to deorbit the capsule with RCS from about 200,000, maybe a little bit more. Yeah, so that is something. Then we have RCS on the whole ship, and the whole ship is generally going until we are here, okay? But this is only, let's say only for this one, it's only around 3,700 delta V, which technically probably is enough for what I want to do. But why not overdo it a little bit, right? So we do have the ship here. By the way, the solar panels are attached to a alligator hinge, which you maybe saw when I tested it in the sped up version of the building process. We do have a lot of RCS fuel. I actually got 4 tanks here, RCS fuel tanks, but they aren't too big. So for this stage, I actually put some more cylindrified monopropellant tanks, and together they got around 10,000 delta V. So that is probably, no, that is not probably overkill, that is overkill. I think we need around 4,000 for the mission I want to do, maybe a little more depending on how efficient I can set the nodes. But yeah, we need to get this thing to orbit. I'm okay if we need to stage and do the finishing burn to get into orbit, the circularization burn, the last one with this stage. I'm okay if we even take half of this stage out, but otherwise we need 3,000 delta V or something to actually get this thing to that place. And ideally, oh no, can we do this? Okay, this seems to be working. Is it now? I misclick a lot of things here. Now, how the hell do we get... How heavy are you? You are... What? 430,000 tons? Or is it 430 tons? I think it's 430. I hope at least. Okay, we're gonna bring this all the way up. And then how the hell are we gonna put this to orbit? I'm not quite yet sure if we do have enough enough power. Wow, my frame rate is really... Yeah, is something overheating? Not really. I think that's good. Can we steer it without something overheating? Yes, we can. That is good too. Can we stage it? Yes, we can too. Okay. Yes, of course that is not gonna... That is gonna be quite fatal. So let's revert back and try to get this thing above a TVR of 1. So I think we need some... Let's also auto-strut all of these to the heaviest part. I think we're just gonna do root part for all of those. Okay, and we need to get some boosters onto this thing. Which is kind of ridiculous because we... Yeah. How do we put boosters on this thing? I mean, let's get the largest decoupler we have. Maybe this one? And then we just put some more Rockamax tanks, or what is the plan there? I would prefer only one. How do you... Okay, wait, let's try it like this. Something like this. Okay, so we have one, and we have a second one. Why? Okay, wait. So let's just do one for now, and we try and get it attached to this one there. Is this attached correctly? Of course it's not. Yes, okay. Yeah, let me figure this out. Okay, we now got a TVR of 1.18, which is a pretty good value for a rocket. I usually try to stay at around 1.2 to 1.3. So that I'm pretty happy about this. Question is it actually gonna launch? So let's try to launch this thing, and yeah, it is pretty stupid. It is pretty stupid. But yeah, maybe it's gonna work. Listen, yeah, we never know. I also did not look at the center of mass or anything. And there we go. Yeah, maybe my frame rate is not liking it, but it's fine, right? Yeah, let's just try and get this thing above the ground. Oh wow. Okay. Yeah, the staging is gonna be very interesting, and we are leaning to one side quite heavy. Okay, let's try to keep this thing pointed straight up. I would very much appreciate that. What is happening? Are we actually... No, we're still pretty good. We're just falling over. Very much. I don't know. Okay, yeah, I think we need some more... Whoa. Okay. The thing is now, how do we stage those boosters when going... Okay, wait. Yeah, the steering is the steering. Maybe we need to take RCS into account. Maybe that is helping. Yeah, I would probably... And then we stage. And whoa. Okay, yeah. This is not... This is not working. Okay. Let's revert to vehicle assembly. Maybe we actually need some what are they called? Some wings? Yeah, that is gonna be fun, is it? Whoa. Oh, okay, but that seemed like it worked somewhat. We now got a very... Whoa. What happened there? Maybe we actually need to auto-strut some more things. But yeah. Okay, that seems to be a little bit more stable. But yeah, I should really fix the steering issue, because it's probably steering from one of those pods where actually also our pilot is in, instead of steering from our probe core. Yeah, but it's much more stable with the fins. I mean, they did a good job at keeping the rocket, or they do a good job at keeping the rocket stable. I'm just kind of scared about crocking. That the tolerances there are very, very low. It's a very close call with the fairing, and it is strutted to everything, but yeah, maybe Kraken will not let it happen. Okay, let's see. Clean separation of all boosters. And we still do have some fuel left. But our apoapsis is at 4.7 kilometers. So yeah, it could be better. Could be better, absolutely. And the rocket is wobbling again. Maybe I need to put some struts between these things. I'm also getting kinda... Yeah, I will not steer too much. I'm scared it's gonna rip apart when I do that. I'm very happy if I can now stage soonish. But we are nowhere near space yet. Yeah, we're now at the point where I got more seconds than frames, I think. Yay. But let's see if this can make it, and then I will cleanly record it again if it would. Yeah. This stage got a TVR of like 0.4 to 0.6. Which is not quite enough. There's absolutely no way this is gonna work like this. You should have seen the first stage of this rocket. It's absolutely massive. It took me like 15 minutes to get here because there were so little frames. But yeah, this is not working. Okay. 3, 2, 1, and it's gonna explode any second. Yeah, there we go. 3, 2, 1, and there we go. Yeah, enjoy the views, right? There's the solar panels. Yes, and now the heat is gonna come in, and it's pretty much gonna explode the whole thing. Yeah. There we go. Everything is breaking off, and actually maybe we're surviving re-entry with the ship because we are still burning. Yeah. Yeah, let me try again and again and again. Maybe at some point it will. Okay, yeah, this is real time, by the way. I'm gonna speed this up for you. Okay, even this is just not working. I need to do something like more Asperger staging style, probably. But even then, I'm not sure we'll be able to keep this thing from, yeah, going downwards again. Well, maybe it's actually gonna work, but nah, it's not gonna be enough. The problem is, getting up to 70 kilometers is not a problem. The problem is circularization. So, yeah. Pretty spectacular staging. I still want to try. Now that I sat in front of this PC for like 30 minutes, watching it go with like 5 minutes per frame. No, it's not that bad, but it was pretty bad. I mean, we are only at like 50, 45 kilometers, and we have our apoapsis at 83. So we do have some time to get our periapsis figured out, but yeah, I don't think. I hope this stuff despawns soon, so we already do have some more frames again. Okay, I do have a version that kind of works. Ignore the visual bug there. I don't know what's happening there. The problem is now we're basically down to around 3200 delta V, which I just want to go to Minmus and Mars, yes, Minmus and the Moon, and potentially doing a little thing into Sun orbit or into Kerbal orbit. I'm not quite sure what it's called. But I'm not sure if 3000 is enough. It seems like it's maybe a little too close for what I want to do, and I have to relaunch any way because I have I still have some Kerbals down here. I mean, I have a few options. I can add some more boosters. I can try to make it a little less close. I mean, those 300 meters per second, they do not get us to Mun, but it's kind of close. Like, if we had a maneuver here. Oh no, we need a lot more. But we can get like an encounter for like 800. So that means we would have like 500. So it's 2,500 to capture into the Mun, go to Minmus, and come back home safely. In theory, that should be possible. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what to do. Do I just try it? I probably do. Okay, I think we're gonna do it with this. I added some more boosters, so I hope that will go well. Maybe we should also auto-strut. Is it auto-strutted? Yes, it's auto-strutted. Do we want to manually strut it too? I mean, that could help. No? I mean, something like this, maybe? Yeah. We're gonna do something like this to even strut it some more with, manually. Something like this. I also called this station Primus now. It's Latin first. I don't know. Yeah, it's the first station. So who is gonna come with us here? Is it Valentina or is it gonna be Jebediah? Or is it even someone else? No, we need a pilot, so it's gonna be Valentina. Valentina is gonna come with us, and we're also gonna take. I think I love Kimsby. Kimsby, she has a very nice name. So we have some woman power in our command pod there, and then we need some scientists. So we take Sigmund, and we take Sigbur. So they like to be together with their S on the name. And we will take Bob. And we will also take... Who's left? There was... No, Kimsby is going to be there. And we need to have an engineer on board. So... I think we're going to take Bill. Because Valentina and Bill, they know each other for a long time. So yeah. I think... that works quite well. I hope so, at least. Otherwise, I'm not sure we can do a lot more stuff. I mean, no, in here I think everything is as well as it could be. I hope we have enough power, but we should have, at least in the sun, it's always gonna recharge. We do have a huge amount of solar panels. We do have a huge amount, I think like something like 40,000 EC. So yeah, I think that should be pretty much good. So I'm gonna call this... No, Primus Space Station, that works pretty much. 83,000 electric charge on this thing. Yeah, that has to be enough. So okay, then we'll also go through the staging. First, those stages. I will throttle the inner engines down, so we stay at around 1.5 TVR, and then we'll stage the boosters away, which I hope is not going to end in an explosion. Could be. And then we are staging, go to the other engines, which now I added some, so it looks a little bit more ugly now, but it does have a TVR of more than 1, which will help with circularization. And then we have our airstream protective shell, which we stage. Then we stage to the actual station. And then we technically could also think about taking all the drogue chutes 1 down. So they are already staged. What is going on there? This one is a drogue chute. This one is a drogue chute. And where's the 4th one? Parachute. Yeah, I think that looks like something that could be working. I hope. Do all of them have drogue chutes? Let's check. Yes, all of them do have drogue chutes. All of them have the other parachutes. Yes, that works. And then we'll have the decouplers. They are kind of weird because, yeah, we'll do that manually for sure. So I will actually take all the other parachutes 1 down. So this should be staged correctly. Now this is also going to be available to paid Patreon members. Link in the description. But yeah, I think we're going to launch this and see if we can make it to the moon and maybe also to Minmus. I hope so. And there we go, ready to fly. Everyone in there? Is everyone good? I hope you are. I hope the rocket is not going to explode. I'm very sorry if it does. And we are gonna start this. And there is liftoff of Primus Space Station. No, it's not a space station, it's a science station. I'm sorry, I'm messing up the commentary here. And yes, I'm gonna keep an eye on our TVR, and I'm actually gonna throttle the engines back when we are above 1.6 or above 1.7. I will throttle it back a little bit. I will also try to keep this in a relatively nice inclination. Let's throttle back some more. I hope this will go well. We do have a lot of power with those solid boosters, but I hope it's not gonna go bad when staging. Everyone is holding their breath down there. Sigmund, you're fine? I hope you are. Okay, because we will have to do a lot of sciencing. Okay, and there we go, throttling back some more. We're almost only running on the external boosters right now. Okay, I will also now stop to steer. I will keep the rocket straight so we can actually stage this later. I will take a quite steep. I will go up quite steep, but that is fine. I actually need to throttle them back even more, almost to 0 now. Yes, I'm actually gonna go to 0. We do have some temperature issues down there with the engines. I hope that is gonna go well. What is the problem? Strut connectors are starting to burn off. Oh no, that is not good. I hope even if something is exploding, 87%, yeah, that this is gonna be fine. We're only running on the boosters now at this point. Okay, strut connector is almost exploding. Okay, it's gonna be okay. Okay, so now we put full thrust on the middle ones and we stage. And ideally, nothing is exploding. Yes, that is good. Clean separation of 8 boosters. No, it's actually 12 boosters. That is good. We're gonna continue our gravity turn. And we wanna probably go to 45 degrees at this point. We are already at 20,000 meters above ground. But we still do have some fuel in this stage. And we do have a very nice TVR of 1.15 after staging, which is amazing. Almost like I calculated that. I did not, by the way. I just brute forced this very heavily. Temperatures are looking good. We're soon gonna go towards max Q. I'm gonna keep the TVR at around 1.3, or maybe I will actually let it go a little higher. But I need to pay attention because of the fairing. So that is actually a thing. Also, I just remember I did put the fairing on a way too high power level. So these parts are gonna fly off very quickly. It's gonna be very fun to watch. Okay, 1.3 TVR. I'm not gonna go a lot higher than that. I'm gonna take the throttle back a little bit, or yes, there is next stage separation with an explosion, but it's fine. That is a design. It's not, but it seems like everything's fine, is it? Yeah, everything's fine. We have a very high TVR again, which is good for circularization. So we'll pitch down a little bit more. And there we go. At 40,000. And yeah, apoapsis at 50. We still want to go up a little bit more, actually. 40 seconds to apoapsis is a little bit too not enough. I will 39 seconds. I want to have this get up a little bit more. And there we go. 42 seconds, 55 apoapsis. That seems like a good thing to do. Okay. And now we wanna slowly wanna do the we still need to get our periapsis up a lot. Still minus 500 kilometers. But it should be good. I hope we're gonna have enough liquid fuel left in this stage to at least circularize the moon. That would be a dream if that's gonna happen. Let's also turn prograde now. We're almost at 70 kilometers apoapsis. I want to do an as clean orbit as possible. And now we are going towards. Now we can turn around a little bit. We're above 70 kilometers, so we can turn towards the horizon, and we can burn up our periapsis. We maybe also want to take a break in between to get our time to reach that a little bit up. I also maybe want to turn on RCS. Well, that is not actually a good idea. What happened there? Okay, wait. We need to throttle up a little bit less. What is happening there? Oh, I did put up time warp. That could have ended badly. So yeah, let's maybe not do that again. We're over apoapsis, which is not ideal. Let's also wait. Okay, so we're circularizing. I cannot say that word. And periapsis is above, so we are in an orbit, which is amazing. We are in an orbit, and that means we can now deploy our protective shell. And as I said, this is kinda silly. Okay, and what I also will do after time warping into the morning sun, I'm gonna warp there. That should be fine with electricity. Yeah, we do have more than enough electricity here. I will start with deploying the solar panels. Now let me get a nice view here. And then we are gonna deploy our arms with the solar panels on. Now they are going quite slow, but that is a design choice. I do not want Kraken to steal my solar panels. That is a pretty good sign. That is a pretty good station, isn't it? It looks quite cool. Okay, so it's doing that. It's expanding those. I don't think I can change the speed right now. I mean, I can actually just time warp a little bit. So there we go, deploying the solar panels. And also our antennas are now not obstructed by anything, so that is very good too. So we do have almost 360 degrees view there. And when we do that, we can get everything ready. We'll deploy the solar panels, we'll turn on the lights, we will extend the boom, we will turn on, yeah, I already said that, we'll turn on the lights, and now we are getting in a lot of power through those solar panels, which is amazing. And now what I also will do, just as a test, I do have the third quick keybind to actually run experiments. And as you can see, we still have science here that we did not process in lab. So we can actually get all this data into the lab because we have new science experiments there. And we can clean experiments here, and we can actually start research. Do we also need to start research here, or is that automatically? No, now. Now we do have two mobile labs researching, but only one got data in, so that is kind of not worth it. Okay, interesting. I did not know that. So you have to have, so two science thingies is not even that great, isn't it? But it's pretty good. And let's also see if we can do a crew report. Level up crew. No, we do not have, we do have nobody gaining things. Let's do a crew report here. And let's also process that one in the lab. And everything is going into one lab, which is not bad. I mean, yeah, that is pretty good. And I would say that is a very successful science station. Okay, and a lot of engines in the back, so that is also kind of fun. Yeah, we need to really pay attention when burning, because we do not want all of them burning at the same time. That would be very bad for our solar panels, probably. A little bit too high G-forces. Okay. We are going to... Are we going to process this data here? I mean, we could actually. So let's get this data processed here, and I will be back. And after almost 1 year in orbit, the crew is absolutely fed up by the views. No, we're reaching diminishing returns here, but it's 330 science, so let's actually transmit the science, which will take a while and will take some energy. And while that happens, and we get those 330 science to the ground, where is our vessel? Let's actually set the Mun as our target. Can we do that? Set as target. And then what is our... Do we want to correct for the... No, we do not want to do that. Where is our ship? I'm actually lost Primus there. So we want to see if we can actually get an encounter with this. So we're going to add a maneuver. We are going to plan this out. And I hope we can get some nice maneuvers. There we go. There's an encounter. Now question, can we get this a little bit closer? We probably can. So let's see. We can get this a little bit closer. Nope, I do not want to get it closer like that. That is not exactly what I want to do. So let's actually take it back just so we can get an encounter. And then maybe we want to actually change something like this. No, that is not worth it yet. Okay, so we will just try to burn this. And I would like to go into a polar orbit so we can actually get some EVA reports of every biome. But I can also do that change once we are here. I mean, I do have a lot of delta V. I'm not sure I have enough delta V to do that. I'm sorry. It's really hard for me to pronounce. No, I did not want to set that as target. We want to set this as target and actually get a new maneuver node. And let's just see if we can get an encounter. But that should be pretty good. Something like this is actually amazing. That is amazing. Okay, we are gonna burn. I'm also gonna do a quick save at this point. Now, this is... Yeah, we probably want to shut down some engines down behind here. So actually let's shut down engine. Oh, which one did I shut down? I did shut down this one, so we should probably shut down this one, shut down this one, and shut down this one, and also this one. Yeah, I need to pay attention which ones I shut down. But I think now we did shut down all the right ones. And then I also wanna... Yeah, now we have 1 minute burn time. That seems more reasonable. Oh, we need to... Oh, wow. We need to turn. We need to burn in 9 seconds. And we are not yet on our thing here. So let's burn. Let's go prograde there. And we should start our burn, which I will do right now. Which I hope will not rip anything apart. And we will try and get this thing to work. This should, in theory, work. And should give us an encounter with the Mun. Which should be pretty good. Okay. And there we go. There we burn. I'm very excited for this. I think it looks amazing. Oh, do I need to stage separate between doing this? And it's also good we are going to the right direction. I mean, we want to have like 5,000 to 8,000 signs from this mission, I think. Maybe even more. Okay. And I don't think we can... No, we cannot do anything. So we're gonna stage. Let's see if that works. Hello. There we go. Okay, I don't think we want to burn anymore. Oh, we need to burn some more to actually get our apoapsis up. Okay, and there we go. We can get this a little bit closer. I think I want to go to like maybe 500,000. Something like this should work pretty well. Okay, this is a pretty good trajectory. Now, question: can we change our... Yes, that is exactly what I wanted to do. How expensive is this burn? Not that much. I would like to get ourselves into a polar orbit, which is why I'm doing this. Because this gets us into a polar orbit around the Mun, which will give us some biome-specific science, which would be pretty amazing. And I think we do have the fuel. At least at the moment we do have the fuel, which is good. So let's go towards the node there, and then we have to... Yeah, we cannot forget to actually burn towards the target there. We also need to keep an eye on monopropellant use. Something like this. And it's a 30-second burn, so we have to wait a few seconds, and then we can start this burn. Also, did we already do our science experiments? Did we reset everything? Yes, we did. So we should be able to get some more science here, actually. That is... Ooh, that is a lot of science. Wow. That is actually some good data. We should probably stay at Kerbin for a little while to actually process this to get 25% more. But yeah, now I'm too late for this. That is fine. And now it's very much too late for this. We're going to the Mun. And there we go. We're going to start burning. I'm gonna try and keep on the marker here, and that should, at least in theory, do exactly what we wanted. It's actually a quite expensive maneuver for actually doing this, but it will be worth it in terms of science. I mean, even if we do not get out of the Kerbin and we only can get to Minmus, even then, that is pretty damn good. Okay, I will stop it here. That should be fine. And then we are going basically here. And we are going towards the moon. Where is it? There it is. And that is pretty damn cool. I really like how the station is looking. And again, I probably want to clean experiments here. Because as soon as we are in the moon sphere of influence here, we want to do some experiments again. Yeah, we do not have any signs in there yet, but we do have signs in here already. But I will do high above the moon signs. And that is actually a lot of data again to get into our labs. Now do we still not have signs in here? Not have data in here? Wow, we can still put more data in there. So we also want to get a crew report. Oh, of course we need to have one that is manned. Here we go, crew report. We'll put that in the lab. And Bob, or maybe Valentina, can go on EVA and actually do a EVA report. Which, EVA report while space high over the moon, that is exactly what we want. And if we now, where is it? Here. If we review stored data, we can actually process this in lab. And if I'm correct, we can even do this again and just send it back. So we do EVA report and we just transmit it. Oh, we cannot transmit it directly. We need to go here, review stored data, and then transmit data. And this will even give us some more signs there. 16 signs, it's not a lot, but it's something, right? And then we'll think about circularization. I think we want to go here. I actually do not know. I think we see this here. You can also Google it, of course. High space altitude is 60,000. So we need to get below 60,000. But first we're just gonna circularize. So we're gonna go to periapsis, turn retrograde, which will take some more monopropellant. Like this. And then I'm actually just gonna burn until we're captured. That is the plan. And this should also not take a lot of delta V. This should be pretty good and pretty easy to do. And should give us a nice polar orbit around the moon. Even a lot of sun, I think, at this time in the year. Or in the month. And there we go. We are circularized. This word is it's bad. Okay, and we want to get our periapsis. Actually, no, we just want to circularize for now, because I think we want to actually work through all the science we just got, to actually get the science back. Well, we only have one lab running at the moment, so technically we could just. Yeah, this is 7 science a day. Wow. Okay, so yeah, we are going a little further. And we are going to bring our periapsis to... now I need to pay attention. Let's also quick save here. We want to bring our periapsis to below 60,000. So I'm just going to slow this down a little bit there. And... there we go. Below 60,000. Something like this. And then we want to go here, and I will actually circularize there. So I will go again retrograde, and I will bring down the periapsis there. And this ship is quite huge, and it definitely needs that RCS. And I did not bring enough monopropellant, I think. But it's okay. So we're gonna go retrograde, and we are gonna bring that periapsis, that apoapsis, down to basically the same level. So we're gonna slow down a little bit, and then at 80, yes, just below 60 is fine. And there we... Oh, I do not want to go much lower. That is pretty... Yeah, I do not want to go lower than 40. But now we also, with the upgraded with the upgraded tracking station, we actually see a lot of information up here. I hope it's actually from that and not from Flight Engineer, but I don't think so. I think Flight Engineer is just this window. And do you see, we now see the biome up here. So we do have Midlands here, which is pretty good. So in theory, we can now, well, first of all, let's do that science again. So that is all our experiments that we have. And we're actually gonna process that in lab. And do you see 845 science there? That is a lot of science. Oh, do you know what I also forgot when being in high space? Let's clean, now we also got data in here. So let's clean those experiments again. Let's run them again and send that data back. I think we can do that. Now we just transmit everything. Transmit. That is a lot of transmit. I'm not sure if that is how this works, but yeah, this will definitely give us some. This will definitely give us a lot of data. Clean experiments again. I hope I did not do stupid things. What happens if we did? Do we have the Science Junior? I can still process this in lab. Wait. Okay, wait. Okay, so let's clean everything out again. I'm just gonna try to get all these science experiments running on top here. And then I'm also gonna get all the crew reports from up here. I'm gonna try to go over every biome. I think it's like 8 or something for the Mun. Or is it 13 for the Mun and 8 for Minmus? I'm not quite sure, but it's a few. I will just go and just check, and every time it changes, I will do a crew report and bring that back. Let's also try this again. Why can I still... I can still put data in the lab, but I'm not sure. No, this is not giving me a lot of new data, I think. Wait, if we clean this again and we do it again, can we just... No, now we cannot do it again. Okay, you see? So I will just transmit this one. It's not really worth it. It's not gonna give us anything. How much science do we have in here? Quite a bit already. Okay, so let's also do the crew report, because we can just do one. So we're gonna transmit this one, and then we're gonna crew report, and we're gonna put it in the lab. And then can we do it again? No, we cannot. This is not giving us new information, but okay, something like this. And once we have done that, yeah, we do already have a lot of data in here, and we are over the Midlands. So I'm gonna go on EVA with, not with the scientists, I'm gonna do it with those. And I'm gonna do EVA report, and then I'm gonna write it down. This is Midlands, okay? Midlands, because I wanna know where I have already been. So we're gonna keep this experiment, we're gonna board, and then we are gonna review stored data, and we're gonna send it back, and then we're gonna do the same thing again. Oh, now I'm over Midland craters. Okay, now I need to pay attention to not mess things up. I'm gonna keep this board, do this, review stored data, transmit, and do it again. Midland craters, EVA report, keep, board, and then this time I'm gonna put it in the lab, process in lab. So we have Midland craters, Midland crater. I'm gonna write them down, and I'm gonna be back once I did it for the whole month. Actually, the ship is giving me a little bit of problems. We have too much data. I only did 3 biomes, and we're basically full data on both labs at a rate of like 15 science per day. So I think I'm just gonna, yeah, time warp a little, and to actually get this data worked through. And yeah, so let's churn through all of this, and every time it's 500, we're gonna send it back to Earth. Okay, I'm just trying to keep the thing topped off with our biomes. I'm not doing a great job, but we're keeping them at between 7 and 9 science per day, which is pretty amazing. I mean, we right now got 240 and 340, so I think let's transmit that science. It's gonna take a while to upload, and it takes quite a large amount of electricity, but I did a quite good job at building the ship, I think. So yeah, we do not have electricity problems in this time. Yes, and it's quite a bit of data going back right now, which, yes, it's amazing. Okay, this is taking me so long. It's actually a new day. It's quite hard to see all the biomes, even if you have the wiki biome map. But yeah, I think I maybe have done it. I got so many biomes. I have Farsight craters, Midland, Midland crater, Highland, Poles, Polar Lowland, Highland craters, Polar crater, East Farsight crater, Northwest crater, Southwest crater, East crater, Northern basin, Farsight basin. I think I got all of them. Even those are the twin. What are they called? Twin craters. I think the only one I do not yet have is actually this one. I think it's called East Crater, if the wiki is right. So let's actually warp until we are above it. Oh, there we go. Okay, let's warp until we are here. Because if that is actually true, I think we got 13 or whatever it is. Is it 18? I'm not sure. I think then we got every single biome on the Mun and an absolute hilarious amount of science. Let me actually... Okay, let's warp here again to go around once. Yeah, if you use the map view here, yes, East Crater. I don't think we have this one yet. So EVA report, yes, we do not have this one yet. So we'll send this one. We'll put into the lab. This one will also put in the lab, and then that was one from before I couldn't not yet put into the lab because it was full. Then we'll transmit it, and for some reason I can sometimes put 2, but I'm not sure if it's actually putting 2 or what is happening. It says 30 data stored. I'm kind of confused. But I'm just doing this and then review start. Yeah. You see now, I think we got all of them. I'm still gonna send it. It does not really matter. Now, we still got around 600 science in data in each mobile processing lab. And you get actually a bonus if you process the science where it was harvested. So for us, that's in the sphere of influence of the Mun. So we will actually do that before going further. I will be here, and please do not watch if you're sensitive to flickering lights. That was a little bit too late, this thing, this warning, I'm sorry. But yeah, still do not look. Yeah, we get a lot of science through this, and from time to time, now you can look again, I'm sorry. From time to time, you can transmit the science if we have antenna range, ideally. Ideally, we want to have an antenna connecting to the KSC and not be on the backside of the Mun. That is not really ideal. And once we have that, we can then click transmit science. Now, also, do not forget to level up your crew once in a while. I think we now have all our Kerbals on 1 star or even on 2 stars. I'm not quite sure. Yeah, a lot of the scientists that were not yet on 1 star did go in 1 star, or something happened at least last time I clicked it. So yeah, it's gonna be important once we are over Minmus. And once you have uploaded all that data, you want to do it again and again and again until you again reach diminishing returns. If your data is going too low, your rate with science per day is gonna be very low, and you're basically just wasting time. I'm still gonna stay here probably a little longer. I do not care if the Kerbals stay here for like 4 years. We'll see how long it's actually gonna take. Now we're at 1 year, 100 days. We will see. So yeah, as you can see, 340 science again, and now the others, the the other lab is also uploading it. So that is again like 800 science, which is amazing because I calculated we need about 10,000 science from this mission to complete the tech trees. I'm not sure that's actually going to happen, especially as we do not have that much fuel left here. So I don't think a going out of the sphere of influence of Kerbin is gonna happen. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. And I do not really want to strand the Kerbals. So yeah, that is definitely something we need to take care of. So yeah, what is the plan? I think the plan is actually to just do it again and again and again, and I will be back once we have transmitted everything. Okay, I think 2 years in the moon orbit it should be enough, so I'm gonna transmit that science that we have right now. That is again like almost 500 science. Let's actually wait for this to be transmitted and then go back into the into our Kerbal Space Center here. And yeah, there will be some science waiting for us, I think. Yeah. Do I need to do like a 10,550 science? And that is just the Mun. We weren't even at Minmus yet. Oh god. Do I not even need to go out of the Kerbal sphere of influence with this lab? Well, I mean, I'm not unhappy. But yeah, to be honest, this whole mission is taking a while. So I think no. Let's do it. Let's finish this. I'm gonna edit this a little bit faster paced because it's nothing new anymore. But I'm gonna go to Minmus right now. I'm gonna do all these science, all the biome specific science, and then we're going back to Kerbin. And that will be the greatest science mission ever. I don't think I ever did it this crazy. I did never go to all the biomes on the Mun. Now, question: what happens? Oh, let's maybe actually save this as before leaving the Mun, just so we can load this again. What happens if we just burn prograde here? Where will we go? Oh, okay. Well, we don't want to go out of the Kerbin sphere of influence. That is a thing, okay? We ideally would want an encounter with something like this. Is actually not too bad. I mean, it could be better, but I mean, it's not bad. I just don't want to... Yeah, something like this could actually work. Let's actually do this. So let's go to this. Let's try and get this thing working. Let's see if we can actually do this burn. And yeah, I think what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to record all of this. I'm going to put some music behind that I can use without getting some copyright claims. I'm always kind of scared of that. And then... yeah, you can just watch this. You can also skip over it to like the last 5 minutes of the video. You can do whatever you want. Maybe also gonna put some kind of cinematic shots in there. I do not know yet what I'm gonna do, but I will do this because I do not want to bore you, and this episode is already way too long. But I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna go back to Kerbin, and then once we have all the Kerbals back on Kerbin, I will see you again. Or maybe actually not. Maybe I'll just go back to Kerbin orbit and then we'll talk from there. Okay, I think that is again diminishing returns on the science labs. This again gave me so much science. I I did not go back to the KSC, but yeah, that it's a little less biomes. I'm not actually sure I catched all of them, but I think I did. I think I catched 9. Poles, lowlands, midlands, highlands, flat slopes, lesser flats, and great flats. So I think that's all of them. And yeah, I ran this for again something like a year. They were out here doing some science, but now we're getting the rate is going down, even though they are now level 2, which definitely increased the speed. So yeah, put some high level Kerbals on your science lab if you can. But I think it's time to go back to Kerbin. Okay, yeah, it's not quite a nice orbit, but it's a circular orbit at 150 kilometers, which is close enough to get our command pods down to Earth safely. And that is the only important thing. I will leave the station here in orbit for as long as it is not cluttering up the space. And I pretty much like it, so yeah, I want to keep it here. But I think it's time for Valentina, or who wants to go first? Bill and Valentina. I think that the pilots are gonna go first. Now, which one is the one that Valentina is in? Is it this one? Nope. Is it this one? Yes, it's this one. So what we are gonna do, as I'm actually gonna save this again as before landing on Kerbin back. Okay. We'll do that. And then I am actually gonna just... Is it the right one? Yes. And then I'm gonna go and decouple this. I'm gonna switch to that vessel. And there we go. Now we're gonna turn retrograde as soon as we can, just like that. We're gonna turn on RCS and we are gonna try and burn. Hello? What is happening here? Why can I not use RCS? Can I use RCS for turning? Oh, we do not have RCS fuel. Yeah, that is why you are always doing those. You're always doing the quick saves, because I think we need... Is this one the one I wanted to save before landing back on Kerbin? Yeah, we're gonna load this and we're gonna try and get some fuel into those monopropellant tanks. I should have thought of that. I'm not actually sure I can reach those because they are clipped inside. I should have locked them. Now it's pretty obvious. I'm actually not sure I can reach them. Because they are clipped inside. Now, okay, if we do some camera thingies, we can, I think, reach it. Yes. So then we take the monopropellant tank here. Do we still have monopropellant? Yes, we do. Question is where? Do we have some other tanks around the ship? I do not know where I put those. I think there should be some in here, but there is not really anything in here. It's not in here. No, those are monopropellant tanks. So I will click this one. And then I think you can Alt right click. And then you can do out here. And you can basically fill up the other tanks. And that is basically what I'm gonna do. So we can actually have 2 full monopropellant tanks there. I'm happy we did not use all the monopropellant. Yeah, give me some more. Fill this thing up, and once we have that, where is our second monopropellant tank? Because I think we need a second one. There it is, if I can click it. Okay. Is this thing full now? Cannot see. No, it's not. Yeah. Okay. Let me fill up these monopropellant tanks, and then I'll. Okay, we're gonna try again. I think now monopropellant should be filled up. So we again decouple here, and we should be on that vessel, and we're gonna try again. We're gonna turn retrograde. We are gonna turn on RCS, and we are gonna try, and that works beautifully. We're gonna go away from the station, and our goal would be, I mean, I could have made it so we land not in the dark, and we just try to get our periapsis, if you see this, to below 70 somehow. I hope we do have enough RCS fuel. As you can see on the top right, it's using quite a bit, because we are thrusting with 4 thrusters into that direction, but it should be enough. I tested this beforehand, so yeah, I think we're pretty much safe. So now we just have to re-enter those. And Valentina and Carmen, they probably are happy for coming back after like 5 years. But yes, this is easily enough fuel to get back to Kerbin, which is amazing. We do not have any fuel left in our ship, actually. I mean, I did some inclination changes I would have probably, or I could have done more efficient over at Minmus, but it worked out. Yeah, it's pretty good. I'm pretty happy with this mission. So yeah, now you can see our periapsis is lower than. I'm gonna go for a pretty steep re-entry. I'm gonna quick save here. I am gonna time warp, so we can re-enter this capsule safely. Yes, this should be pretty easy to fly back to Kerbin. Yeah, it's gonna be a landing at night, which is less than ideal, but yeah. Let's land this. Let's land all the other landers, and on the last one, when I bring back the last 2 scientists, I'm actually gonna be back, and we're gonna look at it together. And with this wonderful sunrise here, I was able to re-enter even Sigmund and Sigbur Kerman's capsule. That means the last 2 Kerbals that are not on the station over there anymore are going to re-enter any second, and I even got it to happen on the day side. I don't want to talk too early. Oh, that is a pretty damn good trajectory, right? Oh no, I'm gonna overshoot the KSC a little. We can try to fix that. No, I'm not gonna be able to land on the KSC. We're also probably gonna run out on monopropellant at some point. How is that doing? Yeah, we're basically out. Okay. Yeah, just gonna burn the rest, and then we should be pretty solid. Yeah, there we go. Out of RCS. That means, yeah, that is decent. That means we're maybe, probably not gonna go into the dark side. But yeah, we are re-entering with our last 2 Kerbals, and then we're gonna do a mission. What do you call that? A recap of what happened, because it's pretty stupid amount of science. I did not. Well, I actually took a little look when recovering the other 4 Kerbals, and it's a pretty stupid amount of science. I can tell you that much. But yeah, let's now enjoy the re-entry of those 2 Kerbals once the camera is off. Sigmund and Sigbur, our 2 scientists. Yeah, let's watch the re-entry here on 4x speed, and then we are going to do the recap. And there we go, we had splashdown, and I think it's time to recover those 2 Kerbals. So let's click recover, and let's just see what we've done. Yeah, let's skip the loading screen. There we go. Yeah, we recovered a vessel from orbit around Minmus, and that gave us some science and stuff, and we got some funds back, and we have our 2 Kerbals back, which is nice. They also gained 2 levels, basically. And what is absolutely insane, I don't know if you can see it. Can you see it here? Better here. 19,800. Probably I had some before. Science. That is 20,000 science. I'm not sure. I would actually need to Google how much science you need for a full. Oh. Yeah, we maybe overdid it a little. I could have also calculated it. My AI overview from Google says it's 18,400 science for a full tech tree. Whoopsie. And I'm not sure I got all the biomes on the Mun. I think I did. But this is still pretty hilarious. But I think we really earned this, because I don't know if you know this. This video is gonna be a little longer, maybe. I'm not actually sure, because I kind of lost track, because we have kind of a lot of time lapses and stuff. But for me, this took basically like a whole day. So yeah, please also leave a like for that. But I think we earned this, or I did at least, and you also did. You watched this whole video, so now we can. This is so satisfying. Why do you need the rapier? Is 1,000 science. Interesting. Well, to be honest, I don't care. We still got 30k. Let's also prioritize this one, just like you would in a real one. Of course, you would go into unmanned tech and stuff. But we can unlock everything, so we're pretty good there. Scanning tech. Maybe we can look into that too. I actually do not know. Yeah, do you know, if I prioritized things a little different, I could maybe even put like a science instrument or something more on the station. Do you can you imagine how much science that would have gotten me? I mean, this is more than we need. We still got 5,300 science, and our tech tree is officially full now. Now it really, the fun really starts. We can do some nice projects. Leave me down in comments what you want to see. I thought of building planes. I never in my KSP life built a plane. What do you want to see? Do you want to see some colonization, some rover projects, or do you want to see stupid things like a submarine or... Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of... I would love to build a helicopter, for example. I'm not actually sure that is possible. I know that it is possible, but I'm not sure if it's possible with my brain. Yeah, I think that was a pretty successful mission. I absolutely loved to do this, but I think that's it for this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Thanks to all my patrons that still stick with me every month. So yeah, you could also check that out. All the craft file in... Also, this mission is there for paid patron supporters. It is available. You can download it and fly the mission yourself if you desire to do so. And yeah, otherwise, please leave a like on this video. It took a long time to make. Please subscribe to not miss more things, and we are gonna see each other in the next one. Have a nice day and bye.